So your mom said to say hi, huh?
Yeah.
It's the second time today.
Oh.
You said your dad's growing out his beard?
Yeah.
Trying to win her back. Figured he'd look like Dale Brisby as much as he could.
I think he looks younger. I like it.
Yeah.
I always said if I could grow one, I would, and then I wouldn't worry about my bald spot, but it's just not happening.
Well, since you brought it up, what are we doing about your bald spot? You got any game plans for it?
I started taking some type of
Omegas?
No, I bought like this beard growing
Fish
thing,
oils?
and then it just gives you hair growth supplements. I started taking those
Okay.
twice daily. I don't know. I haven't seen any results.
You should take some Omegas, some
Like
fish oils. Make
Omega XL.
I don't know.
I see commercials for that all the time.
Is that what it does?
I thought it's for like joint
Something
pain.
else? Joint pain? I think Omegas are good for everything.
I don't know. If it's God's plan for me to be bald, we'll just be bald.
Yeah. It was a mistake letting your hat fall off your first time out here.
Did you see the comments on that video? My dad's been screenshotting them and sending to me. He's like, they're ripping into you.
The one, you talking about the video with that we did with the bull? If Cam was a bull?
Oh,
We
no.
should splice in the video of your head so people realize the joke.
No, I'm good.
Are you excited that the first few minutes of this podcast is about your hair?
I don't care.
Do you feel old?
No.
Your hair makes you kind of...
Well, every time I get ID'd, if I'm like buying beer or something, I just take my hat off and they're like, oh, okay, you're good. It's become an ongoing joke with me now.
Yeah, look at this. You know, underage kid going to have a bald spot that big.
Yeah.
That's what you go with?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you like your job?
Good.
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
What's your favorite part of this job?
Probably just the camaraderie between everybody. I feel like we're all friends.
I'm glad you feel like that. What's your least favorite part of the job?
I don't have one yet.
There you go. How you like booth life?
It's not bad.
Booth life likes you.
Yeah.
People love you at the booth.
You think?
Seems that way.
I don't know.
They ask for more pictures with you than they do Cole.
Yeah. I don't.
Do you think that's because of your former life as a dancer on TikTok?
As a TikToker, yeah.
As a dancer on TikTok.
I wouldn't call myself a TikTok dancer.
Or what is it? Do you prefer dancer on TikTok or dancing TikToker?
I guess dancing TikToker, it rolls better off the tongue.
Dancing TikToker?
Yeah.
That does roll better. Yeah. Do you put that on your resume?
No.
No.
I haven't made a resume in 3 years, so I don't know what I would put on there.
Tell us about your journey on TikTok as a dancer.
No, I guess I started off on TikTok just doing crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And I got a little bit of attention and like 10,000 followers, which is not anything really in the...
What kind of crazy stuff?
Just partying. I would post a
like
lot
dance parties?
No. That's what we would all get together. I would text a group of guys and be like, hey, there's a trending dance going on. Let's dance to it. And they would come from all walks of life. I've danced on like maybe 5 videos.
Okay. That's how viral they went.
No, I'm just saying you labeled me
times.
as this dancing TikToker. There's people out there that have danced a lot more than I have.
Hey, if this is the place to defend yourself. So
I won't do it.
You don't think you've danced enough to qualify as a dancing TikToker?
Yes.
Okay. I got you.
But it is a funny joke.
I got you.
It's quite hilarious.
And on record, I do have to state that it is a joke because that one day I said, if you ride this ranch bronc, then you'll no longer be Cam Grigg, the dancing TikToker. You'll be Cameron Grigg, the ranch bronc rider. So
And
there you have it.
Been on a ranch bronc since.
Yeah. Hey, if your goal was to just be labeled as something different, then mission accomplished.
Yeah.
So, anyways, back to your journey as a TikToker.
Oh yeah. So
Oh yeah.
that was yeah.
Oh,
Sorry. Anyway, that's how I met Taylor.
okay.
I asked her on a date. She had made a video, and I was like, "Dang, she's kind of hot." I'm just gonna send this and see what happens. And I duetted one of her videos, and it was like, "Hey, how many likes does this video have to get for me to take you on a date?" And I didn't know her. And then she replied back, was like, "If this video gets 10,000 likes, you could take me on a date." Well, that video went viral. And then
how many likes did it get?
I don't remember, but it was like 100.
More than
I
10,000.
think it was 1 million something views.
Dang.
Like 100,000 likes or so. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But
So
then I messaged her on
that's
Instagram.
10 dates. If I'm doing my math right here, you got to take her on 10 dates.
Yeah. I messaged her on Instagram. I was like, "Hey, I guess we have to go on this date." And then
Hey, sorry. Rules are rules.
No.
You made the rules. I guess we better go.
I was excited about it. That's
Yeah.
her. She was
I'm sure you
my
were.
TikTok.
I mean, like a guy like you with a girl like that, no shot. Of course you were excited.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like 1 in a million.
It worked. I'm really surprised.
Yeah. I'm sure she was too.
Yeah.
Dadgummit.
Dang it. I had to. Now,
So up until this point, when she said only 10,000 likes, did she know about the bald spot? Or was that?
I wasn't bald.
That was a
then.
mystery. You weren't bald.
Mm-mm.
Oh, really?
No.
That's just been since you've worked here?
No.
I thought you said you like this job, Cam. Which is it? It's balding you or you don't, or you like it?
I started noticing it in I don't really know. After 23, I turned 23, it started to come out. Really
Have you
bad.
considered a toupee?
No. I would just rather have a bald spot.
What about a wig?
No.
What's wrong with wigs?
I don't know. Just, I think they look goofy.
Really?
Yeah. Everyone would know.
I don't know.
I do have
I think maybe you should try
my
it.
dad's cousin. I guess he's my cousin. My dad's cousin has one of the ones where they shave and then you glue it on.
Skull it?
No, he was balding and he got a permanent toupee.
Okay.
And you super glue that thing on your head and you have to get it redone.
Like
every
that
6
movie
months.
Matilda?
Pretty much.
That's what happened.
The super glue, remember? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember. I'm the one that brought it up.
I don't really know. Anyway, it changed his whole personality. I thought it was funny.
Well, yeah, he was already kind of an asshole. That's the whole point of the movie.
No,
She
I
goes
met
to
my
live with the
dad's cousin when he started gluing
Gotcha.
the toupee on his head.
So it made him more of an a-hole?
No, this guy's not an asshole.
Oh,
I'm saying
the dad from Matilda
no.
is.
My dad's cousin.
But your
that guy-
dad's cousin is a nice guy.
yeah,
So it made him more of what?
it made him more confident in his.
Oh, it worked.
Yeah, it boosted his ego. I
So
guess.
is that the route you're thinking about going?
No, I don't have a route.
So why'd you bring it up?
I didn't. You brought up a wig, and then I said that you can glue stuff on your head.
You got a family member that's done that and it's worked for him, and you're not even considering trying it?
I'm 25, and he's 40 something.
Yeah, but your bald spot is huge. It doesn't matter how old you are.
Look, man, I could still pull with a bald spot.
Okay. We'll see. Just make a small. Dude, I mean, what about plugs?
Like the little Jew
What
cap
about go to
on
Turkey?
the back of my head? I can't afford that.
Man, if you were Jewish, that would have solved everything.
Yeah.
They wear those little hats.
What's that called?
Yarmulke. That's it. But
Yeah, I'm not.
we believe that
I'm a Christian.
Jesus is the Christ. So no more yarmulke.
Missed it.
So you take her on the date. How'd the first date go? Where'd you take her?
We went to Lonesome Dove in the Stockyards.
Nice.
There's a steakhouse down there.
Big money. Did you have money for that at the time?
Mm-hmm. I was working for the railroad when we met.
You weren't riding bulls?
No. No, I was. But I wasn't making a career out of it. I just had a job.
Gotcha.
Got on bulls on the weekend.
That's all right.
Yeah, I was making good money.
Were you nervous on the date?
Mm-hmm. Because it's pretty
Was
funny.
she nervous?
She didn't act like it.
Or maybe she hit it well?
Yeah. So her family owned a restaurant there in Toller. And she's like texted me and was like, hey, just meet me here and pick me up from here and then we'll go on our date. And I was like, okay. Well, I didn't know that her entire family, like their family owns the restaurant. So everyone was there. And so when I walk in, like her mom pauses the music and it just gets quiet because there's nobody in there. So I met her dad, her mom, both of her sisters, her brother-in-law, a cousin, everyone on our first date.
Oh, good heavens.
Yeah, and I was extremely nervous.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be nervous for that. Did you feel like she had like the celebrity status she did at the time? Or did you just feel like she was an attractive girl on the internet?
I had no idea.
Not just an attractive girl on the internet. I'm just saying, like, were you kind of privy to?
I just knew she was good looking and I didn't want to fumble it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, social media was not a thought in my brain. It wasn't until we dated for about 9 months and we moved in together. Her parents had an apartment. She convinced me to quit my job at the railroad to come work for her to do social media. And I had none of it then. I didn't even have an Instagram account. Well, I had Instagram.
Sounds risky. I would never do something like that. Okay, so let's rewind. You walk into the restaurant at Toller.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming you take your hat off to meet the mom.
Yeah.
You just made sure nobody was behind you or what? Oh, you weren't balding at that time.
I wasn't balding
okay,
at that
gotcha.
time.
Gotcha. All right.
I did fumble. I was so nervous with her dad. I fumbled the handshake, and he has big bear paws, and he like.
Oh, grab the end of your fingers?
No,
dang.
He just like crunched my hand like that.
Your thumb was in it?
Yeah, and like overpower. I didn't like that. And I made him do it again. I remember that. And I was like, that wasn't good. We had to redo that.
You didn't like it because
no,
you wanted to
I
make
was
a good
shaking
impression,
so bad, and
or because you felt like you wanted to display dominance over him?
Just make a good impression.
Okay.
Like he just grabbed my hand and
yeah,
and I was like,
I would have gone the dominance route.
Hey, look, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
You have no idea who I am, but this is my house now. I am the captain now.
So how far of a drive was it from picking her up to Lonesome Dove?
3 hours.
2,600 miles? No, I'm just kidding. 3 hours.
Yeah.
Dang. So you go on a first date and it's a 3-hour drive.
Mm-hmm.
Did you pick a 3-hour drive from where you had to pick her up for the first date? Like, why did you drive so far?
Well, she lived 2.5 hours away, and I was like, I don't know where to go, so I Googled nice restaurants in that area, and then Lonesome Dove was like amongst there. And
you didn't check like the distance on it though?
No,
2.5 hours?
It didn't bother me.
Okay.
We dated for 9 months, and I made that drive like almost every weekend.
Well, yeah, but this is a first date.
Yeah.
Risky.
I'm from Franklin. I don't know if you know. There's not much going on down there, so you.
I do know that. Yeah.
You got to drive for it.
Was there any awkward silences in there?
Mm-mm. The only awkward part is her dad called her like 6 times.
Why?
Asking if she was okay.
Mm.
And I think he was doing it on purpose.
Hey.
And so I just kept
That bald kid didn't drop you off at no gas station, did he?
I kept getting so nervous.
I don't know if he sounds like that.
I just kept drinking.
That's just my dad voice.
Yeah.
You just kept drinking?
Yeah. So I was 20 at the time, but the lady at the restaurant didn't ID me. So I was so nervous. I was like, I got to calm down. So,
I thought you meant on the drive.
No, at the restaurant.
Her dad kept calling, so I was just pounding road beers. Calm me down so I can hold on to the steering wheel better.
No, I had like 6 beers while we were eating dinner. She's like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "I'm really nervous." Because I'd never had a girlfriend or anything.
What?
No, Taylor was my first girlfriend. And I'd been on.
So that's why you had the 3-hour drive thing. This is all new to you. You're 20 years old.
Yeah.
You've never taken a girl on a date.
Yeah. I've been around women before, just not taking them on dates.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So, do you feel 6 beers at dinner on your first date?
Yeah. That was fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How was the conversation?
I don't even remember. It's
Of course you don't.
normal.
Surprised you didn't black
first
out.
date. I'm going to black out.
Gosh, 6 beers in.
7 or 8, good call. No, I was just so nervous. I was shaking the whole time. And
Did you know
what?
That she was the one that night?
No. Our second date, I told her I loved her.
Really?
Yeah. I
What'd
was
she say?
mesmerized. She didn't talk to me for a week. She's like, you need to leave.
Naturally.
And, she just wouldn't. I was like, God, I messed this up. And then she texted
Right.
me like a week later and was like, look, you can come back. Just don't ever say something like that again. And
Yeah.
I don't know. I was obsessed majorly.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, that's how TikTok started because she had some traction. I think at the time she had like 500,000 followers. And then the reason why I got big is because I started my own account and then, our just dating life, people were interested in it. So I would just post us together.
Mm.
And it was cool to people watch. Oh, they started on TikTok.
Yeah.
And then, I just started dancing. It got a hold of me.
Yeah.
Just couldn't put it down.
Like Kevin Bacon in Footloose. Our boy just can't stop. Views or no views. Sometimes he'll just like put the phone out there and dance. His phone's not even on. He's just
I can't dance very good, by the way.
How long did y'all date before you got married?
Year and a half. No, 2 years. We're a year and a half.
When was the first date? What was the date like?
January 25th of 21.
Mm.
And then we got engaged June of 22.
When does the Tack House start?
August of 23.
Oh, so y'all had been married.
No, we got married in 24. We were engaged.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so you're
That
in the
was,
Tack House. Did y'all live in a house?
Mm-hmm. It was a 5-bedroom. It was a huge house on 40 acres in Sherman.
How'd you come up with the name?
Well, we were going to call it the Tack Room,
Mm-hmm.
but the Tack Room was like taken on Instagram, like
Dang
the
it.
Instagram handle.
Dang
And so we were
Copyright
just
issues.
scrambling to get something. I didn't want
We
nothing.
gotta call it something.
I didn't want nothing to do with that.
With what?
I was just being a supportive husband.
Mm.
So when I first quit my job, I bought a little 1-horse trailer and I turned it into that mobile bar.
So it was gonna be the Tack Room. But what's better than a Tack Room? We got tack all over the house.
Yeah.
It's the Tack House.
Turns out there was no tack in that house.
No tack in that.
Ever.
So anyways, your mobile bar.
Yeah, that's how I moved up there to do that. And then she got this idea pitched to her by a company, and then she got all excited about it and was like, we're going to do this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you want it to be like Jersey Shore?
No, I wanted to do is pretty much what Rodeo Time does.
Yeah.
I just had no idea what went into that.
Well, the big difference in Rodeo Time and that, aside from the rodeo part, would be we all go to separate houses.
Yeah.
After work.
We all don't live together, and you don't have 5 girls in one house. And
Yeah. Whoa. Yeah, speak for yourself, buddy.
I don't know. I don't have
Some of them do. Yeah, I mean, you got a roommate here.
Yeah.
Clay is his name. You're right. He's been here a while. Carson and Ty live together. Carson and Ty and Kevin lived together for a while. Before that, it was Carson, Kevin, and Willie lived together.
There's just no drama. They didn't film any.
R.I.P. Anyway,
Yeah, so we were engaged. So we've been together for about a year and a half when we started that. And I don't know, we were kind of pitched that it was going to be easy money. And I'm 22 years old.
Were there hidden cameras?
No.
What a missed opportunity that is.
Yeah, you can't put cameras in a house that you live together. That's weird.
That's the whole plot behind Jersey Shore.
It wasn't Jersey. It wasn't supposed to be like that.
Well, it should have been.
It should have been the way it all.
Yeah, they're pretty famous. That's easy money.
Yeah.
Let somebody else edit it, do some Franken cuts, make somebody look like the hero, make somebody look like the asshole.
There's plenty of that.
Dude, well, no. It's a kid show, Donnie.
I've never seen Jersey Shore. I've seen clips. Nice.
Maybe we should create our own. No. We can call it the Saddle House.
That's a cooler name.
That's what we call our tack room. It's the Saddle House.
Jackson called
Which
it.
house would we put everyone in? Which house is the biggest? Yeah, not my house. The flea market's it's most centrally located. And it's I don't know what that is. Is it what I think it is? Okay. We don't need one of those rooms. All right, we could convert the garage of the flea market into another bedroom. That makes it a 4 1.5.
Then you could put like a curtain in that front little, like.
Oh, that's a 5th bedroom.
Yeah,
that's good thinking. Of course, there won't be a front door anymore. So anyhow, Tack House. You're not filming in the house.
No.
Huge missed opportunity. Who all's in it?
It was me, Taylor, Amanda, Judea, and Elvis who started with it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wasn't there another guy?
Oh, yeah, and Cameron Payne.
Y'all are both named Cam?
Yeah.
Oh, God, those are just a recipe for Jersey Shore. Both the guys. There's only 2 guys and 4 girls?
Yeah.
Dude, we got to recreate this.
I wasn't.
This sounds like a blast.
I was just being a supportive husband.
Yeah, right.
And I have no.
That sounds like y'all are all what? How old?
We're from 22 to 24 was the oldest, I think.
Dude, that sounds so fun.
Like, what do you mean fun? I didn't have a good time.
2 guys, 4 girls, just hanging out all the time.
I was engaged. If I was single,
I'm just saying, it's just fun to be around girls. Like, I don't know. I'm not saying you need to like.
I think
be a POS. All I'm saying is just like it sounds like a party all the time.
I think the bags were a good idea.
We all thought the bags were a good idea.
Just could have been done
better. And
you're
just saying it could have done better. Gotcha. I understand now. Total Feeds is what keeps the herd powered here at Radiator Ranch. And Total Equine is what I've been giving Boone for 10 years. He's 24 years old and still going strong. You can get it on Chewy.com or a dealer near you. Rock and roll denim is what Dale Brisby uses to spur his bucking bulls. I get the Reflex. Gives me the mobility I need to be the cowboy I am. So go to rockandrolldenim.com, old son.
If I had to go back and do it again, I would have changed a lot of things, but I don't have anything.
You would have put some actual tack in the house.
Yeah. Well, the problem wasn't like just, I don't know, affording all that stuff. I didn't really realize like, I don't really know.
Anyway.
We were trying to do, I wanted to do what y'all kind of did here.
I got you.
It didn't turn out like
it's
that
all
at
good.
all.
You and I have never talked about it.
Yeah.
I think it's a super interesting concept. It's worked for a lot of people.
Yeah. Well, now it's kind of, I didn't like who I was doing all that, man. It's not me. Everyone that knows me that knows, like, what are you doing? And don't get me wrong, I had a lot of fun. Me sitting in
I feel like it was all like right on the money. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. So what do you feel like was the content you were putting out that made everybody so interested in you around that time? Whether it was during the Tack House, before, after, I don't know. Doesn't matter. I'm just wondering, like, because a lot of people know you. A lot of people like you, myself included.
I don't know.
But I can't remember
I think
just
I've
the
always had
content.
a very morbid sense of humor, and I've kind of been unapologetic for that.
Yeah.
And so I kind of say what I want.
Yeah.
I'd film anything besides a dance video. I don't really know. I wanted to make people laugh.
Yeah. That's fun.
And I don't know. I started to get in like a bunch
Is
of
that what
clothing.
Taylor liked the most about you? Girls like to laugh.
No, she didn't find any of my jokes funny.
Really?
No.
That's even better.
The problem is, like, she would be the butt of my jokes, and she'd be like, I don't like that.
That's funny.
And then I had to learn as our relationship went on, like, okay, you can't pick on her.
Yeah.
But that's how I flirt. Like,
yeah, that's how we all flirt.
Yeah.
You got to pick on yourself, though.
Yeah. I don't know. What she liked most about me, I have no clue. I wish I had.
So it's not your humor. It wasn't your hair. Well,
I don't know. I was a very, she had me whipped pretty good. She probably liked that a lot.
You got married when?
In August of 2024. No, 23.
About to say.
Yeah, 23. I'm sorry. And the date's off.
Yeah.
August 19th of 23.
So you went back to the railroad?
So after we got married, so the Tack House ended in August 1st. So we had to be out of this house. Contracts up. We're done doing that. We got married the 19th. So it was like boom, boom.
Mm-hmm.
And when we got married, I was just so over social media because right before we got married, it's like peak Tack House drama. Everybody and their moms got something to say about something, and I just wanted nothing to do with it. And I was like, I'm done with social media, especially after we got married.
Oh, I forgot. You shut it off.
Yeah. I was like, I got to be a husband now. Like, this is really all I care about, so I'm done. And so I deleted it all. I went back to Franklin, or Calbertt, and I got to move back to the farm. I was working for my grandpa. And I did that from August to the next May.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when we needed a little bit more income and was trying to get good health insurance.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I went back to the railroad.
And just kind of faded out of bull riding?
It had faded out before that.
Yeah.
Right about when we got engaged, I quit doing it. And I was just going places, and when I was getting on stuff I didn't need to get on.
Yeah.
Just getting slammed
right
all the time. And it just diminished every bit of confidence I had. And then finally I got mollywopped one good more time, and I was like, what am I doing? Like, I haven't covered a bull in 50 bulls, and I'm not learning anything. So it just killed every bit of confidence I had in myself, and I quit doing it. I was going out to Brandon's a lot, and I love going out there. He's got great, there's bulls that I couldn't ride at my level of, I think you should go out there to test yourself, but like, I was getting on stuff that I didn't need to get on because I was still learning, That's when, you ever heard the story of JB talking about Jagger calling everybody up?
Yeah.
And that was me. And Tudaruski hooked me and threw me in the air. And then when I came down, I stretched my knee out, and it hurt really bad.
Yeah.
Fractured my kneecap.
Jagger was not impressed.
No.
Underwhelmed.
No. It was pretty funny he was probably 3 at the time. I let him talk me into that.
Oh, he called you that before you got on?
Yeah. Because no one wanted to get on him.
Yeah.
And I'd just gotten on like 4 before that. And I was putting my stuff up. And then him and JB started chiming in. And I was like, all right, I'll get on him.
Yeah. Run him in.
Yeah.
I'll show this little 3-year-old that I am as tough as nails.
Well, and then you know me, I kind of run my mouth a little bit before.
Yeah, you do that.
I told JB, I said, you're going to have to halter break him after I'm done with this. And he's like, we'll see. And then he's right there in the gate around the right, and I just fell in there, and he hooked me. And Randy got a cool video of it.
Mm.
Have you ever seen it?
I don't think so.
I'll show it to you. It's pretty cool.
Send it to me.
You can hear my knee going in the video. It's kind of gross.
So you quit riding bulls, railroad full time, stopped doing TikTok. So then you're just locked in on married life.
Mm-hmm.
How was that?
A lot of fun, especially being where we were, being in Calbertt. Working on the farm.
She kept going though.
Yeah, she would do it. It wasn't she cut back a lot. So her main deal was like she would do social media to plug her boutique.
Right.
And that was her boutique was main source of income. So really, she was kind of my sugar mama. And I tell people that all the time. Like, yeah, she makes more money than I do.
Yeah, nothing wrong with it.
Yeah. But we just got tied up with a bunch of health problems and hospital bills. So she had to cut back a lot, and then we didn't have any inventory for her store, so her store kind of quit. And then I wasn't making
What kind of health problems?
Oral asthma was her main deal. That's kind of that's what killed her. But
dang,
we would do.
How did she have it?
She's had her whole life.
I had asthma when I was a kid, and I'd be in the mountains, and I had to take that inhaler, and it's a pretty helpless feeling when you run out of oxygen. You can't get any. Thankfully, I grew out of it.
Yeah.
Some people don't, I guess.
Yeah, she didn't. I'm trying to think of the dates, and I don't remember. No, we were married, so it was we got married August of 23, and November, she got real bad sick, and had I come home one day and she was in bed and pissed herself because she couldn't get out of bed. She was in so much pain. I was like, "What's wrong with you?" We went to the hospital, and it turns out she had is it meningitis? They had to do a spinal tap. I think that's the right word.
You got me.
Anyway, it's something in your neck, some type of bacteria in your neck. She got real sick, lost a lot of weight, and then we were in the hospital for a month.
Yeah.
Got better. We're doing our deal again, living life. Well, then she, same thing. I come home one day, she's like, "My stomach's hurt, bad. You need to take me to the hospital." Took her to the hospital. Turns out she had a cyst on her ovaries that ruptured, and she was pregnant. We didn't know that. So we were like, "Oh, damn." They got the cyst taken care of, and then a month later, she miscarried. So it was just boom, boom, boom. Bills piled up, and I was like, I was doing no social media at the time. It was just her. I was helping her with her store, and I was like, I got to do something. That's when we moved back to Franklin.
To work for the railroad?
No, to work for my grandpa.
Gotcha.
And then it was eventually got to where I was like, we can make this work, because I didn't want to go back to the railroad. And then it got to where it was just her health kind of never got better.
Mm-hmm.
She was on all different types of medication. They diagnosed her with Addison's disease, which is some type of adrenal efficiency, and she was on a bunch of medicine that was really expensive.
Mm.
And that's why I wanted to go back to the railroad, because health insurance was great. I had full coverage dental, and then I don't know, it was a really, really good insurance. So, and it was a night shift job. I said, well, I can work nights here and then still help my brother and my grandpa during the day.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I did for a year and 2 months.
Dang.
And I liked it. I like working with my brother a lot. Farming's not the most glamorous life, but in a way, even though I worked for my brother, my grandpa was kind of self-employed. And me and my brother, we'd be like, all right, let's just work our butt off the first half of the day and get as much work as we can as possible. When it gets hot, we'll just screw off the rest of the day, And that was nice. I got to, if we weren't harvesting, I got to be home at a decent time. And
yeah,
I don't know, I enjoyed it a lot. Living out there in Calbertt in the middle of nowhere, had that camper, living the dream. I would still be doing that if, she wouldn't have passed away.
Yeah.
And I liked it a lot. I didn't like the railroad as much. The money was good, but I didn't like having a boss.
Yeah.
Especially in that, the corporate world,
mm-hmm.
you realize the company doesn't really care about you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's yeah, screw this.
Yeah.
After That's when I quit after she passed away. I went back to work like a week later. I just couldn't sit down. And this guy's like, hey, look, man, I know you're going through a lot, but I need you to do this, this, and this. And it's like, I'm done. He's like, what do you mean? I was like, I quit. He said, you can't quit. I said, yes, I can. Watch. And I went up to the plant manager. Him and I've known that guy forever, and we're cool. And I was like, hey, look, I'm done. And he gave me a hug. I was like, yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah.
I was like, thank you. But yeah, that's pretty much sums it up. I didn't have social media for a year and a half, and I don't know, unless you do it for a career, that'd probably be good for everybody, just to get off of it and really realize what's important to you. Because I think it can be a huge distraction.
Oh, I agree.
And
you can miss out on a lot.
Mm-hmm. I liked it. I mean, I would leave my phone at home and just go get in the truck with my brother and, what are we doing today? Didn't need it.
Mm-hmm.
And, if you couldn't get a hold of me, drive out there and come get me or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I say that now. Now I'm never not on it, but when I was, it was nice.
Yeah.
Just get to be, I could spend time with my wife and then not be a distraction.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think if you're married, that's and you're having not that I'm a marriage counselor, but I bet if you're having problems, delete social media for a while and see what happens. It might make it worse. You might be
right.
You might just have nothing to do but argue with each other.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it a lot. That's the people ask me, what's your best part about being married? I was like, that. We lived right on the river. My grandpa's place was. So in the summer, when I'd get off the tractor and get done with work, I'd go get in the river every day with my dog and go hog hunting, do kind of whatever. Having fun. 24 years old, supposed to have fun.
Then you came here. No more fun, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah, and then after she passed away, you'd offered me this job, and I was like, I think it'd be stupid not to.
You dang right.
Yeah. I've enjoyed it, and I'm really thankful that you reached out to me, because there's
should be.
No... This is where we talk about pride. I don't know. I tell people that all the time. I say, I don't know where I'd be if you didn't offer me a job. I'd probably be dead.
Why?
I don't know. I'm having fun here. And I think if someone at that point in my life, you just need to go have fun. And I'm getting to do what I want to do. I've always wanted to be a cowboy.
Mm-hmm.
And I get to do that quite often here. Or at least try to be. I'm not one, but
yeah,
I'm trying to be. And I enjoy it. We have a lot of fun. Everybody here is pretty fun to work with.
Except Harrison, huh?
Yeah, I hate that guy.
He's the worst.
He's leaving anyway. Get out of here, buddy.
See ya.
I think the gun's off.
I think the gun's off. Yeah, we're all the same.
Did anyone shoot the gun afterwards to see if it was off?
Yeah, I mean,
was it?
It's not the gun.
I mean, I could have shot. Donnie domed him with one shot.
Yeah, we're talking about, in case y'all don't know, it's the skunk video where we encountered north of 20 skunks around one of the interns' houses and trapped some, shot some, dispatched. But the ones that we trapped, we took to Guacamole Camp and we euthanized them there because they stink, number one. Also, some of the skunks in Young County have rabies. I'm not going to test them. Rabies? Is it pronounced rabies? Rabes. Some of them have rabies.
We
just pop them off.
What does a human do in that situation if you got bit by a dog that had rabies?
I think you used to have to get 16 shots in the stomach.
In your stomach, yeah, shots in your stomach. I don't know what they do now.
Do you think it would be that's crazy?
Yeah, it's a lot of shots.
Do you think if a human got rabies, they would go full Old Yeller and just lose their mind?
A rabid? I have no idea. So I don't want to find out either.
Yeah.
Just kill the skunks.
Kill them all.
These are some questions from the audience. We're going to go to this next segment brought to you by Ranch Fuel. Use code Dale for 15% off on your ranch fuels, ranchfuel.com. And we're going to jump into some of these. I'm not going to read all of them because a lot of people are interested in what you have to say. Is a hot dog considered a sandwich?
No, it's a hot dog.
How have you managed such a tragedy so publicly? Praying for you and your family.
Whoa.
How have you managed a tragedy publicly?
I guess it's my choice to make it public. So,
well, she's kind of a celebrity, so it's hard not to make anything public.
Yeah, like I don't have to. It was just a part of who we were, who she was. So that was my decision to like put it out there. It doesn't bother me that it's public. You know.
Why did he quit riding bulls?
You know, some people say those guys are too dumb to quit. Well, I'm not that dumb, so I just quit doing it.
Touché. How has your faith grown or changed?
Pass. No, I don't know. Every day's a different struggle with my faith. I think I pointed a lot of fingers when my wife first died. And then, I don't know, I was mad at him for a long time. And then the first time I went to that church in Anson, their worship's really good over there. And that's really why I like going over there.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
And I kind of the Lord spoke to me, told me like, this is not my fault. I didn't do this to you. And, you know, I love you. And I don't know, it's kind of, ever since then, it's been like I need to assess my life.
Yeah.
I think my faith is an ongoing battle that's uphill right now.
Yeah.
Because I struggle. Some days I'm really on it and I feel the Lord's presence, and then some days I just don't want nothing to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
That's my own struggle. And I don't know. I can't give anyone any advice on how to make it better. That's between you and God. Because I'm beyond perfect. I can't. I know that He's not against you, and that, you know, whatever you're dealing with life, you have to lean on Him, or you won't make it through whatever you're going through.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a good answer?
Yeah. Yeah. Embrace the baldness and shave it before you start looking like George Costanza.
Who's that?
That was more of advice. Caden Schrock.
Who's
Underscore?
George Costanza?
Oh, from Seinfeld. He's like short, bald buddy.
Kind of looks like my dad.
What do you want to accomplish in the next year?
In the next year, I don't know. I would like to get pretty handy on a horse, enough to where I could at least start a colt, like, decently. Maybe not, you know, I couldn't make a $60,000 horse, but at least get a good foothold in that and learn a lot more about cattle.
What is the coolest but cheapest thing you own?
My rodeo time cap.
What?
No, I don't know. The coolest.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
Yeah.
Got a couple of questions here. I'll just ask them back to back since they're kind of similar. Is Cam's mom still on the market? And then another guy asked, how's your mom?
She's doing great. Does make work uncomfortable because Dale's dating my mom now. And I have to hear about it every day.
Why won't you try bareback riding? Says Tough Dice.
I would.
Favorite pump-up rock song before a rodeo or workout?
I don't know. I kind of jam screamo when I'm working out. And then like a rock song before a rodeo is probably Welcome to the Jungle. I like that one.
Are you going to ride bareback? Says a different guy. Have we talked about you maybe riding bareback horses or something?
I had mentioned it, but then I said I would get on.
Oh,
just
I put
to
a stop
say,
to it.
Yeah, you were like, no, you can't do that.
Oh, because I didn't want you to get on a bareback horse just for the heck of it.
Yeah, I don't have any desire to do it, but I would do it if you were like, hey, get on it.
We need you.
Yeah.
Hey, old son, if you're like me, you eat a lot of steak. I love to cut into a juicy, tender ribeye, cooked medium rare, and it came from the 4-6's Ranch. That's right. You can get your steak from 46steak.com. And for a limited time, now through the end of August, use code DALE and get 15% off on orders that are above $50. There's a link below. All you got to do is click it and go get yourself a ribeye, get a brisket, get whatever you want, old son. You'll be eating like a king, like Dale Brisby. And the odds are that I ranched on that steak, maybe even while I was filming Yellowstone. Well, Taylor Sheridan was filming it, but I was the star of the show. So go to 46steak.com and use code DALE, old son.
Has Cam asked Dale for his wig yet to cover the bald spot?
Dale, can I borrow your wig?
Yes, he has asked me. How does it feel to have the greatest bull rider ever as your stepdad?
Man, it's hard to fill those shoes.
A bull you would want to get on but can't. I don't know.
No, none of the ones that no, I don't have any desire to get on any of them now.
Motivational quotes or affirmations he might use to keep and trying stay motivated.
End it all now. I don't have any. I don't know. I guess I do like is it first or second Colossians? It's like work not as you're working for man, but unto the Lord. I do like that one. I read it a lot.
There's only one book of Colossians.
Oh, I thought there was two.
No, that's Corinthians. But I think that's 3:23. Colossians 3:23.
I like that one a lot.
Who taught you how to do the worm?
Nobody. I figured it out.
Meredith Rosnick.
Have you seen me do the worm? It's pretty good.
I haven't.
It's pretty good.
We'll need to do that. Favorite Bible verse?
I couldn't tell you. I don't have them memorized.
Oh, well, I guess you just said that. Colossians 3:23.
Yeah, I like that one a lot.
Forced on stage to sing one song for your sold-out crowd. What's the song?
Oh, my God. I don't know. I don't think I know every word.
You're stuck on an island. Only way off is to solve a Rubik's Cube or complete a 5,000-piece blank puzzle.
The
Which one?
puzzle.
The puzzle.
I could do that.
What is your favorite and least favorite thing about Dale Brisby?
My favorite thing about Dale Brisby. He's actually a nice guy. His least favorite thing, he just picks on me a lot about my baldness.
Describe the sensation of fighting a bull.
Terrifying. I don't like doing it, but it's fun. I don't know.
Why is Footloose your favorite movie?
I've never seen it.
Why is Donnie your favorite intern?
Because he doesn't like me and I'm trying to seek his approval.
Describe your rodeo career using movie titles.
Is there a movie called Sucked? Or Failed? Botched? Short-lived? I don't know.
I've got a couple of questions here asking if you're gay. A few different people.
I have danced on a few TikToks.
What advice you have for breakaway ropers? Another one asking you why you're gay. Same person asking why are you so sexy?
Who's that?
And how tall are you?
I'm 5'6".
It's kind of a gender neutral name, so I don't know if it's a guy or a girl. Yeah, Adam.
I think I know the person that asked me why I'm so sexy because they told me they were going to ask that.
Okay. You got those TikToks?
What TikToks?
Oh, don't worry.
Oh,
This segment of the show. No, these aren't of you. We're just going to watch these.
Okay.
We're going to watch these together and just.
Well, you
see what
started
Cole
out on
sent us.
YouTube, and I
This
started
next
out
segment
on TikTok. It's not.
Is TikToks on the podcast brought to you by Mountain Ops.
Plug.
All Sun Super Punch. Use code Dale for 20% off.
Hey there, TikTok! Hope y'all having a good day, man. I got a lot of people in my comments telling me to listen to this new Cowboy Carter album by Beyonce, so I gave it a spin. But before I say anything, let me say this. The only Beyonce I ever heard before this was when my nephew did a powder puff cheerleading halftime show that Girls Run the World. So I'm going in a little blind, baby. And let me tell you something. That girl can sing. Okay, that girl can hit the note. She's got a damn voice of an angel. And these songs are good, man. There's some gospel, there's some pop. There's a little bit of everything except one thing. It ain't country. I'm sorry to be the one to tell y'all, but this ain't real country. There's an acoustic guitar, okay? She's on a horse on the cover. She's got some legends on the tracks, but they don't make the songs country. Sorry everybody, they're good. But if you want to hear some good, real modern country music, it's not hard to find, man. Charlie Crockett's putting out some good new stuff, man. There's a little band, C.B. Carlisle and the Desert Angels, man. They put out some cool voodoo western blues, man. It's sick as hell. Sierra Farrell singing it like the old timers used to. John R. Miller just put out an album. Dean Johnson. These are all good indie western country artists, man. And Beyonce, keep doing what you're doing, girl. You're freaking badass as hell, man. And if y'all want to have some real country music, we'll have you. We'll always have you, man. Everybody's welcome. Come on down to the rodeo anytime.
That guy's like a combination of Robin Williams and Crocodile Dundee. I'm so confused.
What do you think about Beyonce's album?
I haven't listened to it, and I don't plan on it.
I don't think there's anything wrong with Beyonce doing an album.
I think it's good exposure for the community.
I do think he's right. I wouldn't consider it country music.
But if you haven't noticed, like, Western is a trend right now, and it's good for business.
I don't mind mainstream trending Western. The Spurs are upside down. But
Is this on like her album covers that you're talking about? Or
yeah, whenever she made the music video, she's wearing Spurs upside down.
did she have a saddle pad on her horse?
I don't remember.
Remember when
I just remember seeing
Shania
the-
Twain didn't do that, and everyone was just
We were talking about Jake. We were talking to Jake Hooker. Jake Hooker had very strong opinions, and he thinks it's cancer. And now I'm not even talking about the Beyonce.
new country music.
Yeah, like country music that is like, he was talking about like Red Dirt. Very strong opinion against like certain styles of.
I don't know. I don't like I think there's a difference though between like you're from Alabama and from Texas, and people try to compare both of them together, and I don't think you could do that.
No, I think they're all different styles and genres.
Yeah.
I like that she's trying. I wish that anybody that is going to try it would seek authenticity.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it'd be super neat to see her collaborate with like an actual country artist.
Yeah.
You
But
know?
I am a fan of Post Malone's country album. I like it.
Yeah.
I think it. I don't know. I think I like it.
The only
I
people
can't
that
say
I knew
like his, then I don't like Beyonce's.
that this guy brought up was Charlie Crockett.
Yeah.
He said he'll go on the podcast.
Charlie Wood.
Charlie.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. So
He's got a pretty cool story, like being homeless and all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
I really like an interview I saw with him. Somebody asked him, "What are your songs about?" And he said, "About 2 or 3 minutes."
Yeah.
I thought that was a cool answer.
They're all on their phone.
Did you send me that one? Yeah.
When
I mean, maybe they just saw, it says Dude Ranch Life. So if they're at a dude ranch,
isn't it the point?
yeah.
You take photos and you go out there, look what I'm doing.
Yeah, I don't mind that. If they're on a trail ride and they're riding a horse for the first time,
But
That
what
would
if they
be-
just roped? Well, there's nothing that they just roped, but maybe they did something really cool, and you got to get it on Snapchat.
Yeah, they all like this one guy has a halter underneath his bridle. So I don't think they just roped anything. If you got a halter under your bridle, I don't
Yeah, they
I
just
don't know that
leading
you-
you around.
you roped anything.
Yeah,
No, that was Gen Z.
but where they at?
When Gen Z becomes
It
Cowboys.
looks like they're in New Mexico somewhere. Look, I can't say anything about people trying because that's all I do is try. But
Well, it's funny too that whoever took the video is
also
you
on
know
their
like,
phone.
also on their phone. Exactly.
I made a post one time telling people like you need to get off social media because it did great things for me, and they're like, as you're posting this on social media, I was like, I know I'm not doing it now, but I
Yeah.
did it.
Yeah.
It was really good.
What's up, y'all? So, going on sort of a rant this morning. Or
I
kinda
hate
like
Jazz Kramer.
just something I think about.
Do
You know,
you?
when I go work cows for people or help them work their cows or help them pin their cows or catch wild cows, whatever I'm doing, you know, it's usually for some old farmer or something. And I went somewhere this Friday and we got all these cows pinned except for one, and she wouldn't come up. And I tried driving her on my horse, and she just kept cutting back. And I mean, my horse moves decent, but it's not no cutting horse, you know. He's not gonna hold her there the whole time, cutting back and forth. So I eventually had to rope her, but the last time she ran off, she cut down through and just busted through a fence before I could even get to her. And it was like 5 or 6 strand barbed wire. And one of the old guys there helping me said, she ran right through that 5 strand barbed wire. I can't believe that. I want to know what illusion 5 or 6 strand barbed wire gives farmers. I want to know what it is. Because it wouldn't hold it in a damn wet paper sack. Anything can get through 5 strands of barbed wire. Anything. A buffalo, a rabbit, a coyote, a dog, a horse, a cow, a sheep, a kangaroo, a giraffe, anything. But something like this right here, woven wire with 1 or 2 strands of barbed wire, that'll hold something in. I've seen cows hit that 3 or 4 times trying to bust through a good woven wire fence and not get through it. But all these farmers believe in this 5 or 6 strand barbed wire. Now it's good. I mean, it's good fence if you got pretty good broke cows that respect the fence, you know, that won't jump on or try to go through it. But if you got some high-headed, damn trotty cattle, they're gonna bust right through that every single time you try to pin them. Every time. But I've seen multiple cows hit a good woven wire fence and it ball them up like a damn basketball. Them just tuck head over shoulder and try to hit it again. But I just want to know why some of these old farmers believe in this 6 strand barbed wire, 5 strand barbed wire. I mean, it's good fence for broke cattle that ain't gonna that respect the fence. If you got one that don't respect it, it's going right through it. I don't get it. I don't understand it.
Well, Jazz, if you weren't such a piece of shit cowboy, you wouldn't have pushed her into the fence.
You don't like him personally?
No, we're buddies, but he comments on all of my stuff, hate from Tennessee. On
Oh,
every
that's
video,
funny.
every video that I have, or every Snapchat that I post, he slides up. He's like, "You suck. You're a piece of shit."
But he's joking?
Yeah, we're friends.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
I got his phone number.
Oh, gotcha.
He's some dude from Tennessee. I've never met him, but we're social media buddies.
He seems like a very fun character.
He posted.
I
one-
disagree with him about the fence, but
Yeah, that
I
seems
do-
like if you got a dry cow that wants to get out, why don't you just not put her on the fence?
well, she'll get over that fence too. The woven wire that he's talking about. Like,
Yeah.
if she really wants out. I mean, if you got a high-headed cow, like it better be a high fence for him to not. If
I've seen him jump pipe fences this big.
Yeah.
They want to get out.
right.
I think he just sucks.
Huh.
It's funny.
But I get where he's coming from.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he sucks.
Why don't we do this? Why don't we do barbed wire mixed with woven wire? Let's do both.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody just put both up. 7 strands of barbed wire and the woven wire.
Or rope her before she gets to the fence.
Yeah. Jazz? Is it Jazz?
I think so. Yes, sir.
Cam says just be more cowboy. It sounds like that's your advice to him.
Yes, sir. He's going to get
Horse
it.
owner pet peeves, senior edition. Let's go. I want to preface this by saying these are just my opinions.
She is good looking.
I feel very strongly about these.
I think I've seen enough.
Yeah, I don't want to watch that.
Yeah,
Horse
I'm not.
girls' opinions on TikTok piss me off.
Oh, well, I was going to say I would
It's-
listen to her
she's
read a
good-looking.
cereal box.
She is
to
good
be
looking.
honest. Like she can say whatever she wants if she's in my pickup. I haven't even heard what she said yet, and I think she's right.
I love her.
Yeah.
You know what? I think I am ready to get married again.
Becca, you know what? Let's hear this. Yeah. Horse owner pet peeves. Let's hear the pet peeves though. Yeah. Donnie wants to be the one to edit this short all of a sudden. I guess we better ask her permission. Let me DM and get her phone number.
Opinions, but as somebody who has had many senior horses and currently has a 36-year-old horse I've had since I was a little girl, I feel like I am in a good spot to make a video like this. First up, letting your old horse drop weight because feed is too expensive.
Yeah. And she's got to qualify first. She's had a 36-year-old horse. Very old. That is a very old horse.
There's no excuse for that. My old mare eats only grain now. She has almost no teeth left, and it is a heavy hit to your wallet, but it's worth it because she deserves to be kept alive and at a good weight. Not turning out your senior horses is another big one. I feel like it is so essential for them to continue to move.
They're not react to the same one they reacted to.
I don't know anything about having a senior horse.
Yeah.
Couldn't tell you. She is hot.
Donnie, did you send those? No, that was 2 days ago. Let's see what Donnie sent me 2 days ago.
Do not freaking go to Hoodles. They are not any Bodensdale. That's just freaking, just boobs everywhere.
Do not Did not fit and go to Hooders. So anyway, Dale, my wife died. How do I deal with that?
Ah, man.
Just get over it.
Get over it, bro. That's really all I got to say. But now we're going to react to some of Cam's old TikToks.
You what?
So this is part 2 of me doing Taylor's makeup.
You're doing Taylor's
we left
makeup.
off at the last one doing the eyeliner. So
Just
update,
gonna-
Taylor and I are going to build a fort because we want to have a fort.
Y'all are building a fort?
And it's going to be really cute. Yeah.
What'd she call you when you were in trouble?
Cameron Allen.
She used the middle name.
Mm. I'm not really sure what she's doing.
She was the boss.
Yeah. I think,
Not
I don't
really
know.
sure what she's doing.
Certain extents, when I had to
You
be
look cute though.
the boss, I was. But normally I was just like, okay.
Yeah.
I'll just go with the flow.
Here's a little PSA
It's usually easier.
coming from
I'm going to
me.
pause this. Do you feel like you look younger there? When was that?
21 or probably.
Oh, dang. So that was 4 years ago.
It's before.
Crazy how much older you look now.
Thank you.
And then your hair, you lost your hair.
A lot's happened since then. A lot more stress.
And I just want to say that y'all, I've been seeing this in the comments lately, and I'm not miserable. That's just my face. Like people have an.
Yeah,
argument
when I
that's
first
just
started
my
TikTok,
face.
everyone's like, hey, like,
Not
are you
miserable. I'm actually
okay?
the happiest I've
I was
ever
like,
been.
no, it's just my face. And y'all ask me that now. Like, Kim looks like he's sad.
Oh, so it's not
I
new?
smile, I
No,
smile,
it's just
I
my
regularly,
face. I have a
it's just
big
my
lip
face.
and-
When
Have
I'm
you
doing
not
it,
told your face that you're
I'm
happy?
going out or I'm just
I'm not happy.
I'm not miserable. I promise y'all.
Okay, first off, let's just acknowledge the fact that we're twinning and Russ
So
is my little sister.
What's bad?
It's hard watching
Okay, yeah.
yourself.
That being said,
I don't know, I just don't act like that anymore.
buying some t-shirts.
What? You're just standing there with your wife.
Yeah, but I was like such a lover boy. It's funny. I don't know.
Oh, that part of it. Yeah, I get that.
Like I was like,
It'd be like reading an old love letter.
yeah.
It just feels weird.
It's like, no, I don't know. It's just like I don't remember being that like
Twitter pated?
towards her. You know what I mean? It's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
It's just it's funny how
So Taylor and about to go watch her sister play volleyball, and I had an idea when she gets in here, I'm going to be acting all sweet and love on her, and I'm going to call her by the wrong name. I'm going to tell her I love her and call her so-and-so, and I want to see how she reacts. So
That's funny.
it's about to go down.
I don't remember this one.
Did you set this up, or did she know you were going to do this?
No, I had it on the outside of the pickup, shining through the window, so she didn't see it. And I had a mic in there.
Oh, you're hot from sitting in this one.
I know, you're so cute. Oh, give me a moment.
Don't give me a moment.
I love you, Madison.
That's so rude.
What? What?
I love you, Madison.
Oh, see, she kind of thought you were joking.
Where did you get Madison from?
You just said I love you, Madison.
No, I didn't. I said I love you, Taylor.
Yes, you said Madison, but it's okay because does Madison know you're dating a bad bitch?
I said I love you, Taylor. I
Does
don't
she
know.
know? Does she,
Who is Madison?
you literally just said I love you, Madison.
No, I
That's what you
didn't.
literally
I said I
just
love you, Taylor.
No, you didn't. You said I love you, Madison.
I feel like she's reacting pretty good.
I'm like, why would I even say that?
I don't know. You tell me.
I didn't say that.
You call a girl by the wrong name. I feel like a girl should flip her lid.
No, that you
She
were dating a bad
was
bitch.
very like, I'm not in competition with anyone.
Does she
No.
know that you were dating a bad
Does
bitch?
who know?
Madison.
That's funny.
Call you Madison.
Okay, as long as you're aware you're dating a bad bitch. Okay.
She did that to me one time.
Why are you laughing? It's not really
We lived in
funny.
a little apartment next to her dad's barn, and she hid the phone up. She's like, "Hey, while you're this is when I still worked out of town." She's like, "I went on a
Let Madison know.
date. I went to dinner with my ex-boyfriend."
I don't know.
She had her phone. I didn't see it. She had like a paper back in her phone because she used to get phone cases from companies, so it looked like the camera was in there. And I didn't see her phone. And she was like, "Hey, I went on a date with my ex-boyfriend. We just went to dinner to catch up." And I about fucking lost it.
Oh, I imagine.
What are you talking about? I was like, who? She's like, just kept like pausing and being quiet. And I got pretty angry. And then I grabbed her phone. Let me see your phone. And then there's the paper. And I was like, dude, you just made me look like an ass to all of the.
Did she post it?
Yeah.
That's
I don't know
funny.
where it's at.
I lay in bed though.
This is part 2 of the shopping at Walmart.
You tell me when to stop.
You can stop. I don't want to watch these. That one's funny.
Hey, old son, if you're not feeding every morning with a Can-Am side-by-side, then you ain't no cowboy. I got a Can-Am because I needed a reliable ranch rig that I could use every day because I don't know how to work on stuff like that. So I want something that's not going to break down ever. Get yourself a Can-Am, old son. RodeoTime.com is the only website that should exist because it's the greatest apparel line that has ever existed. So go there now to get a t-shirt, a hoodie, a cap, a vest, whatever it is you need. Go to RodeoTime.com, old son.
I don't know. It's weird looking at yourself like that. Like, I don't remember being such a lover.
Twitter-pated.
What does that mean?
You're in love.
Yeah. It's cringy to watch now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you put your relationship on the internet like that, I could see how you might could be okay with it if you're making content and you are that much in love.
I mean, I was.
Right.
But
that's what I'm saying.
It's just weird watching now because I don't remember like acting like that.
Yeah. Well, we can nix this segment.
It doesn't bother me.
I just had to pull it up. I had to know for me, you know. I was trying to see if there was any in there of you dancing.
I'm sure you can find a few.
Yeah.
Go to the Tack House's page.
So we've reviewed TikTok. We've answered questions from the audience. I guess now it's just life advice.
Do you want to talk about her dying?
Didn't we?
Didn't explain what happened.
It's up to you.
I don't really know where we can mix it in. I thought we were going to bring that up. That's fine.
No, if you want to talk about it, we can.
Oh no.
What is there to know?
I guess how it happened. I don't know.
How did it happen?
It was a Wednesday, October 1st. I went to work at the railroad. I just got moved to day shift because I got a different position and they were training me. So like I was working nights, and then I got a new bid, and they're like train you on days. Working day shift, and she texted me in like noon. I was like, "Hey, I'm having trouble breathing," which is nothing new. She had asthma. And I was like, "Go her breathing treatment thing. Like you have a little, just in the car." I was like, "Go get it." She's like, "No, like it's too bad. I can't get up." And this was at like noon. Well, then she texted me. She says, "I found my inhaler. I'm doing a little bit better." When I get home at 3 o'clock, no, I get home at like 3:15, and Normal meets me at the door, love on the dog, give her a kiss and a hug, and then she sits down on the couch. My brother-in-law, and them were supposed to come hang out with us because he was in the area buying a pickup. And she was like, "Hey, I'm having trouble breathing. Like, can you go get the breathing treatment?" Like, yeah. I went outside and got it. And then she started doing it, and it didn't work. Like, she's like, "It's not getting any better." Well, then she started freaking out. And when you panic with asthma, it just gets worse.
Mm.
And then, so I was like, "What do you need from me?" And she's like, "I'm hot. Give me some ice." And I like got a bag of ice and put it on her. And then it got to the point, she's like, "All right, you need to call 911. Well, I call them, and we lived right past the Robertson County line, like a mile. So when I called them, they sent me to, what's like Rockdale? Do you know? Like
The county?
Yeah, like
I don't know.
Cameron and,
Yeah.
anyway, Milam County. They sent me to Milam County. Well, the closest EMS station was in Rockdale. And they're like, "Well, we're 45 minutes away from you." And I was like, "I don't have 45 minutes. I'm like screaming at the lady. So I run outside and I start my truck and turn the air conditioning on because normally when she would cool down, it would calm her down and stuff like that. Well, when I come back inside, she was on the floor. She started to have a seizure. And that's when I was like, "Oh, shit." And then she started to have a seizure. And then she just went limp. And I felt her. She had no pulse. Turns out, later on, I was talking to them. They said when your body, I don't remember, it's just such a shock to the system that her heart just stopped because you couldn't get any oxygen into her lungs, and then your body, like, it was like a reaction to it. And I picked her up, put her in the truck, and I'm giving her like CPR while I'm on the phone with 911. And they were like, "Well, we're trying to get a hold to Robertson County, and they'll be there in 10 minutes. I was like, "I don't have that time. Like, she's dead." So I just get in the truck and go. And it's a miracle I didn't kill us both. I was pegged out on my white Dodge going 130 miles an hour. Coming through Calbertt on Highway 6 right there, there's this old lady that lives in a house, lived there for years. I drove through her yard because there was like 3 cars behind me. I'm like blaring the horn. They wouldn't get out of the way. They were at the stop sign trying to turn on 6. I didn't even check up. I just through that lady's yard, like drifted into the EMS station. And luckily they were getting ready to come to me, but I'd met them there. And then she'd already, she was dead when I pulled her out of the truck. Then they worked her. They were worried about getting her vitals back, obviously. And it took them 12 minutes to get her heartbeat back. And then they hopped in the ambulance and went. But they had said it had already been too much time without oxygen to her brain. So, yeah, basically what happens when your brain goes that long without oxygen, it starts to swell, and then your brain swells up enough to where it just can't take it anymore, and then it kind of like it has to go somewhere. So your brain pushes down your spinal column, and then that's how she passed away, technically from like a brain aneurysm. Damn. Yeah. But it was an asthma attack that caused it all. This all happened on the 1st. They monitored for a few days and were trying to get the swelling down, and it was really no change. And then on the 4th, that's when they brought us in there and told us, like, showed us CT scans I'm like,
Yeah.
she's not gonna survive this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. Any advice to me on that? It's like if you have asthma, I'm not a health expert at all, but take care of your body. And then I think if she wouldn't have been so sick with the other stuff, she might have lived. It's just this one was her body couldn't take it anymore. Yeah, it blows, but that's what happened. And that's life.
Yeah.
It's now become reality. And I have to deal with it every day.
Yeah.
It's pretty. I don't know. Reality didn't kick in till like 6. I mean, I was here when it finally was like, this is real. You know what I mean? It didn't feel real until like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
And that's weird because the time was so. I was mowing that pasture that the bulls are in now, and I was having a terrible day. And then like I tried to. It was like one of those days like I need to call her. That happened like 4 times that day, and then I was like, yeah, that's when it was like reality check. Like, no, this is real. You can't. It's not an ex-girlfriend that you can just call up. That she's dead.
Yeah.
It's not funny. Sorry, that's how I.
No, I get what you're saying. It's not like
It's
not like she's just not standing there.
Yeah, it's
What you're
nothing to
saying.
do
It's
about
not
it.
like she's just in another town.
That's how that happened.
Yeah.
We lived like 10 miles outside of town, and it took me like 5 minutes to get there. It was crazy. I was hauling ass.
Yeah.
Like anyone would, I guess. I thought I ran over my dog. So I called my mom like later, and I was like, I need you to go make sure I didn't kill my dog.
Yeah.
Because like when I backed up, I had no checkup, and then turns out I just hit something in the yard.
Right.
I thought it was my dog. The dog's fine. He's still alive.
Yeah. I love that he's fine, but I also love that you didn't check.
No. Screw that dog.
Yeah.
I would shoot that
Right.
dog.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Anyway, that's how that happened. I don't have any life advice for anyone that's dealing with grief because everyone deals with it differently.
Right.
And I couldn't tell you what to do. I could tell you what not to do.
Yeah.
This is me calling the kettle black, but like getting hammered every night, it's not going to fix anything.
Yeah.
You just have to really, I don't know, lean on the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
And even though it's not easy sometimes, but He's for you, not against you.
Yeah.
And that's that and being around good people, being around you guys has helped me a lot. Like I'm so thankful that you gave me this job. And I don't know. I'll forever be grateful for that. Because I don't know, I'm having fun.
I think it's a blessing for people to be around me. Like
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm that good of a guy. And
Yeah.
No, you had wanted to come here for a while.
Yeah.
And
I know I texted intern to that number several times. Every time I got to thinking about it, I would do it.
I didn't really realize I don't know when you texted it, but I know you were kind of engaged pretty much when it got on my radar.
Mm.
And that's always a hesitancy for me when it comes to hiring somebody that's got, just because at the end of the day, I mean, this is, rodeo time is not maybe the best place to get employed to support a family.
Yeah.
And if you're engaged or married, you're probably going to have a kid next. And I would just hate to feel that. Anyway, so that's like a huge hesitancy for me hiring wise, not because I don't like people to have relationships, but it just puts a lot of strain on payroll for me to, you know what I mean? And, and the job is not one necessarily that, at least when you start here, if you're not hired for something specific, it's not necessarily usually people come in here to learn. And so they're kind of ranch hand. Well, a ranch hand job is not always the best paying job, but regardless, we were texting while she was in the hospital for those 4 days. And I
thought about that later on. Like, I didn't have to tell him that, but we had kept in touch.
Yeah, about once a month.
But then I don't know. I was texting everybody, like, please, like, I need everybody praying on this. And then,
for sure.
I don't know. It's just
it's an honor that when you think of
was,
who can pray for my wife, that you thought of me. That's an honor that you would do that. In that moment, I'm sure you don't care what someone thinks about having texted them. You're literally thinking, I need as many people as I can to pray for this.
Yeah.
Because I want this particular outcome. So I never thought twice about it. Me and Cowboy were in Salt Lake City, Utah. We were driving around, and he was like, because he asked me who I was texting. And I was like, well, I'm texting this guy. And anyways, it was just, he was like, oh, damn, that's heavy.
You said that, dang, this is heavy. That's like a great response. Is he your girlfriend or something? Who are you texting, Dale?
Yeah.
Why are you on your phone so much?
Right. Yeah, exactly. I was like, yeah, actually, it's Cameron Grigg. But anyway, so I knew that was the perfect time for you to join the team, and I'm glad it worked out, you know.
I'm glad I didn't know. We were all acquaintances before.
Yeah.
Didn't really know everybody, but I'm glad I'd met y'all beforehand and I wasn't just a complete stranger coming in here.
Turns out you might have worked here earlier if Willie would have liked you.
Yeah. Dang it.
Dang it, Willie. He's hard on interns coming in. He's got a very strict requirements.
No dancing TikToks
in an upcoming intern. And yeah, I guess dancing TikToks is on the list of don't do. But you're here now.
I wouldn't suggest it.
Yeah. It's a saturated market.
Yeah.
Dancing on TikTok.
Yeah. Especially when you put a cowboy hat on, it just kind of ruins it.
Yeah.
What's the point?
Yeah. Cool. Well, so Colossians 3:23 was the scripture you brought up earlier.
I like that one.
That would have been what stuck with you, or is there anything that...
Every time that I feel lazy or I don't want to do something, that pops in my head.
Dang, it's in your head that often?
Yeah.
Wow.
Or I just say, every time I don't want to, not motivated to do something, I try to remember that.
Yeah.
And I don't know. And then pretty much, ever since I've read The Freedom of Self-Forgetfulness, I've read that several times, and I try to, that book really, and just
by Timothy Keller.
Yeah, dealing with people. It helped me a lot with. I used to care a lot about what people thought about my appearance on the internet, and this is while I was still doing social media when you and I talked about Mere Christianity.
Mm-hmm.
Never finished the whole book. I've read that chapter several times, but I'm pretty dyslexic, and it's the kind of just, I don't know, it sounds rude for me to say, but I can't engage in that book that well, but I do like that chapter.
Well, it's like a textbook. It's hard to read. He's not necessarily just telling you a, fictional story that you just get into, and you kind of got to want to, anyways, I get what you're saying. It's a study this textbook kind of book.
Yeah, I would think
anyway.
The Colossians and, just reading that whole book of Corinthians and then really trying to just do good to people. And, I don't always have to be the first to speak on everything, and I don't always have to be thinking about what I'm going to say next when someone's talking to me.
Yeah.
And it's kind of gone a long way.
Yeah. So the book you're talking about, The Freedom of Self-Forgetfulness, Path to True Christian Joy by Timothy Keller, is about...
I would suggest anyone reading that book.
The battle between pride and humility.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what you're describing now. It's just like finding yourself humble in a situation is liberating.
It sucks. being humbled sucks.
There's probably nothing more humble than maybe what you went through.
Yeah. That's weird because it's a reality check, and it's like I guess you could say it's humbling. But I wouldn't know how to describe how. It just is.
I would imagine it give you like tremendous perspective where
it makes me enjoy people I'm around a lot more.
Yeah.
And
because you know you could lose them.
Yeah. And instead of it all being about me all the time, or like, what can I get from this person or something like that? And like, no, I'm your friend and I'm genuinely I want to help you out.
Yeah.
Or just be around you and not be distracted by it.
Yeah.
Like, it's how it is with my nephew now. Like, it made me love people more. And I think humility comes with that. Like, it's not all about me all the time. And that's hard. And it's a very hard thing to do. Just like in the book, it says I'm not thinking of myself less. Like I'm not diminishing my self-worth. It's thinking of myself less. But then every time I try to do that, I'm like, well, I'm thinking about myself right now. So it's like I don't know the line between it or how to do it right, but I'm trying.
Yeah, it's a good point.
I just try my best, especially when people, I have no idea what it's still Brisby scale, but when I do go to a booth or something like that and people are there, they want to talk to me. And of course they want to talk about my wife. I try to, those are humbling moments for me because I don't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to sit here and take a picture with you. But people come around the corner and they see you or see me and they're like, they smile. I'm like, that made their day. So
yeah.
Why can't I be nice about it?
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm not on any type of skill that you're on. But
well, I think
it's in those
maybe
moments.
There's more people that might want to take a picture with me in a booth, but I think you've got an opportunity to have in a lot of ways, a deeper impact on that person.
I'm trying to.
You know, I like to make people laugh every now and then, but usually that's the extent of it.
Yeah.
For my interaction with them.
I'm trying to figure out my approach to that. Like, okay, how can I use this to help somebody?
Yeah.
And I prayed about that before we did this. It's like my story is unique and it could help somebody. And even, you know, your wife doesn't have to die to get something out of it. It's just like maybe it's being more in the moment with someone. I think that would go further than anything, you know?
When I first started making videos, I felt compelled, I don't want to say convicted, but I felt like I needed to incorporate a lot more scripture and preaching and witnessing. And while there's nothing wrong with that at all, at the time, my accountability partner / pastor, he said, man, I don't remember the exact wording he used, but what I took from the conversation was like, it's okay to be where God put you, which was a cowboy comedian, a Christian cowboy comedian. And if you want to share the word, but it's okay to make people laugh. And then he said the greatest impact you might have on someone will probably be the one-on-one relationships.
Mm-hmm.
You know, belly to belly interactions that you have, like when you're doing business with someone, when you're doing life with someone. And I respect that now looking back because anybody can say something on a TikTok or a podcast or a video. Like anybody can, there's a lot of very intelligent people that can say one thing and live a different life. I mean, look at politicians.
Yeah.
Not the blanket statement, all of them, but we know, you know, you see some of them that will like, they're just not the same people. And so I think that there's a lot to be said. I say that to say that like your impact that you might have on somebody the greatest impact you'll have on somebody will probably be someone you know personally.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, you could probably say something in a TikTok that will inspire somebody and they remember it.
Yeah,
because
but
that's happened to me.
It doesn't grasp them like
But
it would be.
I bet I mean, it might be just you and how you mentor Cole over there, you know, who needs plenty of mentoring.
Yes. Listen
Yes.
to me, Cole.
Yes, he does, doesn't he? So I'm just saying, like, I think that's.
I wrote out like a little sermon.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I don't feel like the Lord's calling me to be a preacher, but it's just about
You want to give it now? How long is it?
no, I can sum it up.
Gotcha.
I was just saying that this was really like a kick in the gut for me. I guess it's more my testimony, not a sermon. But it was, when Jesus went through, he was beaten, tortured, and battered on the cross, but it was all for a purpose. Like, I mean, my wife died. I'm not comparing her to Jesus by saying this, but it was kind of like a weight of my wife suffocated to death. It was a terrible way to die. And then maybe that happened for a purpose. You know what I mean? She was an organ donor. All those people now, and all of her some of them went to kids because she was so petite. And so now those kids have a chance at life.
Yeah.
And, maybe who knows what I can do with this. And maybe that's the purpose behind it. Maybe, because I haven't always walked. I'm more in tune with God now because I feel like that's the only, like I am than I was then. So maybe by her passing it, brings me to the Lord more. And then, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, that resonated with me. And, like, there's a purpose behind everything.
Yeah.
And then God's like, I didn't do this to you, but this happened for a reason.
Yeah.
And Jesus died for our sins. Maybe, I don't know. I make it up in my brain, and it helps me get through it. Like, maybe she passed away that way that I could change someone else's life one day. Because if it wasn't for such an impactful thing to happen to me, I'd just be living a mediocre life, still doing what I was doing. Like,
Dang.
It had to be that extreme for me to change.
Yeah.
Which is a hard pill to swallow.
Right.
But that's what I think sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, it had to be the most extreme of extremes because I've been wishy-washy with God my whole life. And it, like, okay. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It
No,
makes
I
sense
hear
in
you.
my head.
Yeah, for sure. It makes sense to me too. Yeah. Well, I don't really have any life advice. I did walk by. I don't even remember where I saw it today, but it was just a statement. It said, "We're all just walking each other home." I thought that was kind of an interesting way to look at life.
Yeah. I don't know if I
sounds kind of cheesy, but I don't know. Like, if you think about it, like it makes me, to me, the people I interact with on a day-to-day that might make me frustrated, like, for instance, in traffic, like, we're all going to meet our maker one day.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes we only have a few instances, a few moments to influence the person we're walking next to.
Yeah.
Anyway, just a thought.
And it's
interesting to me.
Yeah. I guess if I had any, it would be like really, really enjoy the moments with people that you're around. Even if it is a stranger, it's not always the easiest to do. Sometimes people are really annoying. I get annoyed by people, but that's probably just my ego. But be in the moment with people, I think that's what the world wants, is us to be distracted by every possible thing. Women, money, your phone, a better life, whatever it is. Why don't you just, some of the poorest people in the world are probably the happiest. And, I'm glad I got me and Taylor were eating ramen. We ate ramen plenty of nights living in that camper, but that was the happiest I've ever been at that time period. And just be in the moment with people, because you never know when you'll get to speak to that person again.
And speaking of poverty, if you want to use code DALE on rockandrolldenim.com, you can save yourself 15% on some Reflex denim. I'm Dale Brisby. I'm on to the next one. You guys check out Cameron Grigg and his dancing TikToks while he works here at Rodeo Time. Cam, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Who's gay? That's right. On to the next one. Pow pow.